Hey, gorgeous. Hey, it has been a extremely long time, and I have missed you. The kind of girl that you could be down for. 'Cause when I look at you, I feel so today we're going to talk about taking care of your values, your priorities, setting your standard, remaining in that standard, all while life is lifing. So this summer, my son, we did football in a different way than what we usually do football. So typically it would be like flag football. You do the practice that day, you do the game that day, championship, whatever. This time we did more contact sport football. I'm not quite sure what the leagues are. I don't know all the details. Just not my thing. However, he had 3 practices a week and a game. And then when school started, 2 practices a week in a game. And that in itself made me realize, okay, I can't do it all. I cannot do it all. I don't want to do it all. And so this took the back seat, honestly. But I do want to talk about setting your priorities as your priorities and taking care of those while life be life in, especially when you have children and they are growing into that age where they have sports or extracurricular activities that you are doing. Now, I will say when my mother used to take us to our sports, and we went to a Catholic school 45 minutes away from home, she was with us from 6 a.m. She would go back to work in Tuskegee, which was 45 minutes, and then come back. And we would have practice and games and things like that. And I don't know how she did it, but she did it. And so here are some of our tips that we can give you when it comes to maintaining your self-care routines and prioritizing your home. The first thing you're going to want to do is meal prep. Now, my meal prep is not the same as everyone's meal prep where you have things cut out, you have each meal boxed up. That's just not the type of meal prepping that I like to do because I like my food to feel fresh to and for me. So one of the things that I do like to do when it comes to meal prepping is I like to go to Costco, you can go to Sam's, wherever you can get things in bulk. Go and buy your favorite vegetables, go and buy your meats that you like to get your fruits as well. And what you're going to want to do is you are going to take the fresh vegetables, right? It could be broccoli, green beans, carrots, whatever. You're going to cut them up. You're going to snap the green beans. You're going to put them in individual Ziploc bags. You're going to put them in the freezer. And so for each Ziploc bag, that is what you will use for one meal for the amount of people that you are feeding, including yourself. So for me, it's 4 people. And of course, 2 of those servings are children's size, right? And we go through those. That is one of my favorite things that I like to do. When it comes to the meats, I like to prep them as in marinate them, and I may put them to the side in the freezer. Now, when it comes to actually cooking meat, it depends on what it is. Like if it's the birria tacos, I will actually make all of that meat all at once. It's 5 pounds. We're making all of it at once, and we will use it. Now, do we freeze some of it? Absolutely, because sometimes that can be a bit much. But we like to recycle the meals that we have. So we may have the actual birria tacos. We may have Supreme, Nacho Supreme, or taco salad, where it's basically like tortilla chips and then you put like lettuce or kale or whatever you like, and then you top it with the meat, salsa, seasoning, and whatever things you like to put in your taco or on top of your taco or your nachos. And those are the 2 meals that I like to use for that. Now, as far as your fruits, you're going to want to just have them available. Now, depending on who you are and what you like to do, you may want to peel your grapefruits or peel your oranges and then have them in snack bags or in like glass containers for you to be able to just go and get and snack on them as you please. It really depends on you and your family and how you all maneuver and move about. But those are some of my favorite things. Now, when it comes to meal prepping snacks, like some people like, what is it, chia pudding and things like that. That is something that you are going to want to meal prep because for it to become that puddingy kind of way, you're going to want to do that. And I would say probably if I were to do that, I'd do it twice a week just because, again, I like my things to be a little bit more on the fresh side. But yeah, that is one of the things I absolutely love to do. And something else that I do for my children, and I've done this since they could walk, is I have a snack drawer that they can access. And so in that snack drawer, I have prepackaged snacks. So if it's goldfish, Cheez Its, animal crackers or cookies, things like that, I have those things that I fill up once a week. We have like a little Oreo container that they get Oreos once a day at 3 o'clock. So with that, I make sure that all of these things are filled up and ready to go and that we are good to go. Now, as a wife, one of my priorities is to make sure that my husband has a warm, fresh meal when he comes home from work. That is something I absolutely love to do for him. And to be able to accomplish that, especially when you have practices that are before he gets home, but you have to leave to go to practice, I'll ask him beforehand, hey, will you be able to join us at practice? If so, I will pack his lunch with us with a fork and a drink, and he'll be able to have that. So that goes into that pre-planning aspect with meals. If he's not coming with us, I will make sure that it is on the stove, warmed, ready to go. All he has to do is plate his food depending on what's going on, and it's good to go. Another thing that you may want to start doing is to pre-plan your outfits. And I'm not one of those people that like to pre-plan my outfit. I like to be a little spontaneous when it comes to how I'm feeling and how I'm looking. But when it came to me being at practice after the time that I usually and typically would start to unwind, I started learning that, okay, I'm going to have to pre plan this because I was doing my 8,000 steps a day. I was working out. And then, I would get comfortable. But it's like, no, if we're going to step out, let's step out. And when I leave the house, I want to make sure that if I am putting a bra on, I have a good reason to do so. Like I have my foundation on, so I need to like put something a little spruced up on top of that, right? So that's what I like to do. And I would pre-plan my outfits and make sure that my makeup was coordinated with the outfit in hand and the shoes and all those things, right? Another thing that I absolutely love to do is to prepare the children. So my daughter is still staying home with me. She is still preschool age. And so I would help her prepare for the day. I would make sure that we have the books that she would like to have. I would make sure that her tablet is charged in case she wants to play on that and she still has time on it. And during the daytime, I would make sure that we did engaging activities that were all around and surrounded about what she wanted to do. Because at the end of the day, we literally were going to practice 3 times a week and then a game for my son. So I want to make sure that she feels cherished and celebrated and that we are doing things that she also will enjoy and benefit from, not just going to brothers practice, right? Now, as far as for me and self care, I prioritize myself by continuing to do my self care Sundays, my sensual Sundays, where I run myself a bath. I make sure that I'm able to have what they call it, an everything shower, where you wash your hair, you shave, you exfoliate, you do all these things, right? Um, I would do that specifically on Sunday, but I also like to soak and use like a kiss of mitt and really exfoliate my body in a way that I feel like it'd be a little bit more beneficial than just like a salt or sugar scrub. That's just me personally. But making sure that I have my appointments made when it comes to my nails and making sure my hair appointments are made and that I'm able to attend them. Now, as far as wax, I do go and get a wax, but I'm trying my best to figure out what I want to do moving forward because the wax company that I have been going to for the past 8 years, they have changed a lot of their policies and it's just not working. So if you have any recommendations when it comes to going and getting a wax done, let me know. But for right now, I think I may try like sugar waxing at home. I don't know. I did look into lasers and it just seems like some people are getting burned with them. So I don't know. I don't want to bring all this negativity, but I am looking into that. So if you have some recommendations, please let me know below. Now, with all the things that have been happening with my son's football schedule, we also have my in laws come and stay, and because they live internationally, they stay for about a month or so. And so in that, it is a lot of change when it comes to what we usually do, because I do want to be available for them if they do need me. They like to get their things done, so they got stuff going on, you know, but I do want to be available for them if they do need me. And so in that, planning and pre-planning is very important and vital when it comes to me showing up as my best self for me, and then for my family, and then for whomever else I am to encounter for that day, be it personal or business. So I hope these tips have been helpful for you. Please like and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel. And I love you. See you later. You're the kind of guy that I should make a move.